Thank you for watching our Hokke.tv. Hello everyone from Hokke.tv. We could broadcast a second time at this time. Last time I explained about the meaning of Oeshiki ceremony through the legend of Nichiren Shonin passing away time. From first time, the count of watchers gets over 100 watchers. Then, Hokke.tv official Facebook fan pages get over 150 likes. I could hear many comments for my Dharma Talk program too. Like as you know, you are better changing tunes pronunciation from London. Is this correct? Then, from Nichiren Mission of Hawaii, they could tell how wonderful activity or what wonderful ideas to broadcast in English. Keep it coming. Thank you so much. Reverend Sugawara, who is resident minister of Hiro Mission from Hawaii Island, also could tell me, please give your document of last time one. That's because I like to refer my Dharma talk for coming our temple's Oeshiki ceremony. Anyway, I feel really profound and pleasure to these great comments. So, I like to continue making this broadcast program and explaining about the Buddhist teaching to the world members, believers, and watchers. Anyway, we could welcome second time of this English program. I have to explain about our Hokke.tv again. For first watchers, our Hokke.tv is not intended to be a broadcast especially focused only on the Lotus Sutra and Nichiren-shu, but much more. Since Buddhism is a confluence of so many topics and questions, we as Hokke.tv like study together, centering on Hokke.tv broadcast. Today we came to HonkokuJi Temple, and we are broadcasting from HonkokuJi Temple today. Because there was recording of Jin Temple from Honkoku-Ji Temple with Yoshida Geika, Chief Minister of this temple. This temple is one of the 8 headquarter temple of Kyoto. Kyoto Nichiren-shu has the 8 headquarter temple like as Myoken-ji Temple, Honman-ji Temple, and so on. I like to introduce affinity about the 8 headquarter temple through this program too. We as Hokke.tv have introduction of temple program called Jin Temple, although it's all of Japanese language. So today I like to explain about Kyoto Nichiren-shu history and Honkoku-ji history from Honkoku-ji Temple in English. Also, I explained about Oeshiki ceremony and the legend of Nichiren Daishonin passing away times. I need to explain about Nichizo Shonin for explanation of Kyoto history as first of all. Nichizo Shonin was Nichiren Shonin's grandson's disciples, Mago-deshi. He became Nichiren Shonin's disciple in 1275. On Nichiren Shonin's deathbed, Nichiren Shonin commissioned Nichizo Shonin with the task of converting the emperor in Kyoto, the Lotus Flower teaching. From November 1st, 1293 until February 10th, 1294, he chanted the Jigage 100 times every night at Yuigahama Beach. This ascetic training has changed to Aragyodo ascetic training at Nakayama Hokke-kyoji Temple now. After completing these prayers and their pilgrimage tour to the important places in Nichiren life, Nichizo finally arrived in Kyoto on April 1st, 1294. Due to pressure from the Tendai sect, Nichizo was exiled in 1307, 1310, and in 1321. None of these exiles were very severe. The first exile lasted 2 years, but Nichizo Shonin spent them in the suburbs of Kyoto. Nichizo Shonin was quickly pardoned from the other 2 exiles. After third exile, the Emperor Go-Daigo permitted the propagation of 五大目、南無妙法蓮華経。And Nichizo Shonin was allowed to establish the Myokenshi Temple. Fortunately for Nichizo Shonin, the emperor was successful and the Kamakura shogunate fell in 1333. In 1334, the emperor recognized Myokenshi Temple as an imperial prayer temple. In this way, Nichiren Buddhism was finally given official recognition. Nishizo's lineage would later be known as the Shijo lineage due to the location of Myokenshi Temple in Kyoto. But the Tenmo Hokke War occurred in 1387. At the time, the Myokenshi Temple was burned down by Sendai Sohei. That means soldier monks from Mount Hiei by the Tenmo Hokke War. I like to the legend of Tenmo Hokke War because this war is very important war in Kyoto's propagation history and Honkoku-Ji history too. Also, I need to explain Tenmo Hokke War. We don't have much more time at this time for explanation. So I like to explain to next time. Anyway, Myokenshi Temple was rebuilt in 1398 again. If time changed, I'd like to introduce Nishijo and Nichiin Shonin for explanation of Honkoku-Ji Temple. Nichijo Shonin was a disciple of Nichiin Shonin, one of the 9 senior disciples of Nichiro Shonin. Both Nichiin Shonin and Nichijo Shonin were known for teaching that the essential section of the Lotus Sutra is superior to the theoretical sections, a doctrine known as Shoretsu. He was also the uncle of Ashikaga Takauji, who is the first Ashikaga shogunate. Ashikaga Takauji became the shogun in 1336 when he chased Emperor Go-Daigo out of Kyoto and enthroned Emperor Komyo instead. Nichijo Shonin came to Kyoto in 1341 and founded the Honkoku-Ji Temple there in 1345 under the protection of his nephew, the new shogun Ashikaga Takauji. Nichijo Shonin's lineage is known as the Rokujo lineage because that is the name of the location of Honkoku-Ji Temple in Kyoto. And in 1971, Honkoku-Ji Temple had reconstructed to this Kyoto Yamashina area. Well, it's nothing explained that Honkoku-Ji Temple originally came Kamakura Matsubaga's Hokke Hall, which founded owned by Nichiren Daishonin. Moreover, Honkoku-Ji Temple is first Nichiren Temple by Nichiren Shonin's own building in Kamakura era. So, this temple is first temple of Nichiren in the world. From Kamakura to Kyoto, the place of spirit peace through the country by establishing the true teaching, and the place of prayer to the world had transferred to this place. Whenever you come to Honkoku-Ji Temple's main hall, you can watch the frame of Shojak Hall. You can understand through this history about staying the spirits of Nichiren Daishonin at this Honkoku-Ji Temple. Shojak Hall means we are fully aware as a Nichiren believer who correct, respect, and receive the 5 characters of Myoho Renge Kyo from Nichiren Daishonin. So, the training spirits of Nichiren Daishonin is always staying in this Honkoku-Ji Temple. Then, every 2 years is set up Fukyoin training in this temple. Fukyoin is training span of Koza Sekkyo. Koza Sekkyo is Nichiren traditional ways of talking Dharma. Speaking person climb on the high stage and the sessha officiate ceremony Setsuzen Gishiki before a Dharma talk on the high stage. And then, speaking person starts talk after ceremony. Then, speaking person starts talking after ceremony. Then, speaking person performs Nichiren Shonin history as becoming Nichiren Shonin during Dharma talk. After Dharma talk, speaking person officiate ceremony again, called Setsugo Gishiki again on the high stage. I'm working at this temple as steward since I became minister. After coming back to Japan from overseas, I also working at this temple place. I received exclusive preacher from Venerable Yoshida Geika, means grand head ministers of this Honkoku-Ji Temple. This temple have Koza Sekkyo stage, means high podium for preachers. So fortunately, I could get the opportunity to climb up this high podium with Buddhist ceremony for Dharma talk on Oeshiki, Higan-e, Ryuko Honan-e persecution ceremonies. Honkoku-Ji Temple have soldering training too. This training is for egg of ministers. They can learn about the basic of Buddhist manner and chanting through this training too. So we can call this Honkoku-Ji Temple is really original training place. Nichiren Daishonin continues to explain this in Shohoji Sosho. At first, Nichiren was the only one who chanted Namu Horen-gekyo. Now the number has reached some hundreds. The same will happen in the future. In Kamakura era, at first only Nichiren chanted the Lotus Sutra and Namu Horen-gekyo. Then, Nishizo Shonin could spread to Kyoto area and the Kansai area. And many ministers could spread even to all over the world. Now we cannot count the number who chant Odaimoku Namu Horen-gekyo. We like to spread Odaimoku, spread from Nichiren Shonin, Nishizo Shonin, and many previous excellent ministers to the all of generations is all over the world. We could chant and receive Odaimoku Namu Horen-gekyo. So we as believers should spread to all of generations, like to our pretty children, as Buddha's children, like us previous excellent masters. I hope every generation continue to chant Namu Horen-gekyo. Well, at the end of this program, we as Hokke.tv must advertise about Olympic. We are going to start broadcast on November 23rd for the Kyoto Olympic Players Day. Olympic have garage market, food court from all over Japan, especially from the city of Kamakura. Coming persons can do training of Copy Sutra too. Will be held commemoration Buddhist ceremony at the end of that day. We will broadcast whole day event on that day, so that please watch it for prayer and gassho. At the end, I'd like to say thank you for watching to all of overseas Nichiren Sho's members and watchers. At 2 weeks later, on same time next month, I'll appear on this Ustream program too. Next time, I'd like to introduce the legend of Komatsubara persecution. Thank you for watching and sharing. Thank you. Bye bye.